speaker. All the way from the University of Southern Denmark, we have Jytte Isaksen talking to us about improving better clinical communication with people with aphasia through user-centred design.
Thank you to the organisers for the opportunity to present here. I would like to acknowledge the team I'm working with and our funders. And now I need to remember to push the button. It all started with a nurse at an acute stroke ward just down across the street from where I'm living. She suggested the stroke team should be taught conversation partner training. However, since the evidence for health professionals using supported conversation in acute and rehab settings is not that great yet, we ended up with this aim of creating a more connected and cohesive rehabilitation journey for people with aphasia through better communication despite transitioning from sectors to sectors and meeting many different health professionals. That could potentially include partner training and other things, improving communication and accessibility, depending on what we together with our co-designers, in this case people with aphasia, family members and health professionals, would suggest and design. The overarching method is participatory action research, lending from areas as ethnography and user-centered design. Apart from starting with searching the literature for inspiration to build upon, we made observations of communication between staff and people with aphasia in hospitals and other health settings. Additionally, we talked to some of those people about the experiences, needs and opinions of communication, support and accessibility. Based on what we learned in this phase, artifacts, and that's what you can see up there for the design process, were made. Some examples are the map of a patient journey, personas that can best be described as standard persons reflecting who a person with aphasia, a family member, or a health professional could be. We also created so-called opportunity rooms, that is small summaries based on the observations and interviews in where we could see opportunities for further development related to our aim. Examples of such rooms were tools for accessible communication support and knowledge exchange across sectors. The second phase was the real fun part. Together with our co-designers, we started brainstorming into those rooms of opportunities with the patient journey and the personas in mind. After pitching ideas, we voted to narrow down to fewer ideas, and later the ideas had to either be translated into prototypes or storyboards, and all this happened in a quite sort of iterative process, alternating between design workshops with people with aphasia and family members, and then healthcare professionals, and then back to people living with aphasia and so forth. At the moment, we are still in this second phase, but let me present a few results from the first two phases. We have many more findings from this first phase, but in short, people with aphasia emphasize that they would like increased involvement to feel safe and feel that they are heard, seen, and understood by the staff. Family members also wanted to feel safe and to know more about how to support their family member with aphasia in communication. The staff primarily requested better communication skills and tools to support this. We ended up choosing 7 of the preliminary ideas with our co-designers that are to be further developed. Here are some of them. A visible symbol of aphasia, better organization of meetings, conversation partner training to health professionals, and a toolbox to support conversations. So what now? We still have a fair bit to go before we are ready to implement anything. Right now, we are working with a publisher, an app developer, and a marketing company, as well as developing the conversation partner training. Before moving to the third phase of implementation, we and the co-designers will verify and test if the new solutions could work as intended. If you would like to know more about the project in general or the co-design methods we're using, I'm happy to chat to you later on. And if you wonder what that picture is, it's a rapid prototype of a clinical guideline for accessible aphasia-friendly health provision, if you haven't already guessed it.